So you're playing Genshin, you do a 10 pull, and you get 5-star Emilie. Now, what do you get with Emilie besides the character that kind of made the burning reaction not just usable, but actually really good? Well, Emilie is a pole-wielding Dendro user who is very good friends with Chiori and Chevy. And in this video, we're going to look at the basics of Emilie. So before we get into Emilie's kit, I do want to look at her first passive to kind of start to show how she brought the burning reaction into the spotlight, so to speak. So her second passive, Emilie deals increased damage to burning opponents, specifically burning, based on her attack. With every 1000 attack, increasing the damage dealt by 15%. Maximum damage bonus can be gained this way is going to be 36%. So the attack that you need to go for to max this out is 2400 attack. So already you can see that Emilie has kind of kicked Farina out of the spotlight and put burning in the spotlight with her kit, based solely on just this second passive, but it's going to become much more apparent once we look at her skill. Now, her normal attacks are going to do physical damage. There's nothing really special about them, so we're just going to kind of zoom past them. Her skill is where you're going to get into a lot of her kit. So whenever you use her skill, she is going to summon this Perfume bottle, and this Perfume bottle is going to do periodic Dendro damage to enemies inside of its AoE. Now, this is going to be considered a level 0, I'm going to call it, Perfume bottle. These Perfume bottles can get stronger and stronger, going up to level 3, dealing increased damage. And the way that we do that is by having it near burning enemies. When you have burning enemies nearby, it is going to gain these scents, I believe that it's called. Whenever it collects a scent, it is going to go up a level, depicted by these 2 extra little smaller bottles kind of rotating around the larger one. And then after more burning enemies are nearby, it is going to collect another scent, gaining it, allowing the bottle to get to level 2, depicted by 4 of these tiny things rotating around. So 2 is going to be level 1, 4 is going to be level 2. This is going to increase the amount of damage that this bottle does do. Now, this is also going to work off the field, so you can drop the skill, take Emilie off the field, and then it is still going to do this Dendro damage, this periodic Dendro damage. With burning around, it's going to then go to level 1 and level 2. Now, if there are no burning enemies, if there are no ways to gain these scents, then it will slowly go down to level 1 and then go back down to level 0, I believe. If not, it might just expire and not actually be able to get back down to level 0 if you got it to level 2. Emilie's first passive works in conjunction with her skill. Each time the Perfume bottle collects 2 scents, the level 2 case will consume the scent, so once you have to get it to level 2, and then it will collect 2 more scents. It will consume the scents and release the Clear Dew Cologne effect, which is going to do AoE Dendro damage equal to 600% of Emilie's attack to opponents. So what you're going to notice is that you're going to see 10k, 12k, 9k somewhere in there, and then all of a sudden a 35k Dendro damage. That 35k Dendro damage is going to be from this passive. So we want to get it up to level 2 as fast as we can, allow burning enemies to be around it so it collects 2 more scents, boom, does a massive amount of damage, collect 2 more scents, boom, deals another massive amount of damage. Now, her burst is going to summon a level 3 Perfume bottle. This is going to do higher Dendro damage more often for a certain amount of time. So as you can see here, we are doing a ton of Dendro damage while this burst is on the field with this level 3 Perfume bottle. So once the burst ends, you will notice that the Perfume bottle, the level 3 Perfume bottle, will be replaced by a level 0 Perfume bottle, right? So it immediately, whenever the burst ends, it just acts as if you're using her skill for the first time, and it will put the Perfume bottle back. Now, if you have a level 1 or a level 2 Perfume bottle, when you use her burst, it will put that level 1 or level 2 Perfume bottle back on the field at the end of it. So if you get your Perfume bottle to level 2, use her burst, go through all of the level 3, as the burst ends, it will put a level 2 bottle back on the field, so that way you don't have to build it back up. So once you get it, so make sure you save your burst for when you have a level 2 bottle already there, or else you're going to be losing out on a lot of damage because you're going to have to build the level 0 bottle back up to level 2. Now that's kind of it for the basics of her kit and how they work, right? We want burning enemies around to make the skill do more damage, and then once the skill is at max damage of being level 2, then we want to use her burst, get a kind of burst of damage, and then it will be put back on the field a level 2 bottle so we can just continue the bottle going, right? Now, something else with her skill though is that if you use her skill and there's already a bottle on the field, then it will just simply take that bottle away and replace it with a level 0. So if you get a level 2 bottle and you hit her skill again, it just takes a level 2 and replaces it with a level 0. So we don't want to do that. We only want to use her skill when there is no perfume bottle out on the field. So now we're going to look at some artifacts, and for artifacts, Unfinished Reverie is going to be her best set. This is kind of like her signature set, one that was designed kind of specifically for Emilie right now. The 2-piece set is going to increase the attack, which is great because Emilie scales with attack, not EM. Make sure that you're paying attention to that. We're not building EM for burning. We're going to be building attack on Emilie. The 4-piece set, after leaving combat for a certain amount of time, the damage increase will go up. And then as long as burning opponents are nearby, then it will increase it even more and it will kind of keep this effect going. So you have to just kind of have Emilie off the field for 3 seconds, and then you can kind of continuously, never ending, trigger this 4-piece passive for Emilie, making her damage go through the roof. Another option that you can do is going to be your Deep Woods user, where if you're in a team where you're doing a lot of Danger damage, you want to have a Deep Woods user. In this particular team, Toma is my Deep Woods user, but you can put it on Emilie if you don't have another Deep Woods user. Maybe if you're partnering her with like Kinich and you don't have Toma in there or somebody like that to kind of shred the Danger resistance off of the enemies. And then also you can do something with Golden Troop with her being solely off field, but Unfinished Reverie is going to be her best set. For the main stats, you're going to be doing attack, danger damage bonus, and then crit rate or crit damage, depending on what you need more of. Now, for weapons, Emilie's signature is obviously her best. She does have a couple of other 5 stars. There unfortunately isn't many 4-star free-to-play weapons that are good for her if you've missed some events, or if you don't have the battle pass. So I am running Deathmatch on Emilie. It is one of her best options, especially one of her best 4-star options, being it's going to give her attack and the passive, depending on how many enemies are around, and then crit rate in the main stat, which is phenomenal for Emilie. You can also use Dragon's Bane. The EM is wasted, but the passive can be really good with increasing the amount of damage you do to them by opponents affected by Pyro, and in a burning team, they'll always be affected by Pyro. So Dragon's Bane can be okay, but like I said, there's not really a lot of good free-to-play or 4-star options. We do have the last event weapon, the Polearm, which can be used. It's going to have an ER main stat, but then give attack in the passive. You can also use like Kitine Crossbeer to get a little bit of skill damage and EM and like a little bit of energy. There's really not that many good free-to-play options for Emilie. That would be like the real downside to using Emilie, is if you don't have her signature or you don't have like Deathmatch, then it's really hard to get a good weapon for her. Now, Emilie is a character that I went for as soon as she was announced that she was going to be using the burning reaction. I love the niche teams, you guys know that. And I really like that they were taking a reaction burning that is nowhere or was nowhere near as good as like a Quicken for like Quick Bloom teams, right? Quick Bloom teams are phenomenal. Burning Burgeon teams, Burgeon teams, I guess that would be Burning Burgeon, Burgeon, something, whatever. The Quick Bloom has a cool name. Burgeon isn't as cool of a name. Those teams that were trying to do Burgeon, but then would every now and then get burning reactions caused, there was no good reason for it. It was a major downside to Burgeon teams. However, with characters like Emilie and more specifically Kinich, Burning and Burgeon have kind of come back into the spotlight, being a much more usable reaction and teams being able to completely be built around this reaction. And it's now actually pretty good. So it's kind of crazy how all it takes is 1 or 2 characters with their kit designed to benefit from this reaction to bring it back into the spotlight. I do remember that Emilie was like, people were like, no, Emilie's going to suck. Right, Emilie's going to be really, really bad because the burning reaction was bad. And it turns out that Emilie and Kinich are both really, really good. And we don't listen to haters here because we pull for the characters we like, right? If you don't like Emilie or Kinich, cool, don't pull for him, don't play for him, right? I pulled for Emilie because I liked her design, I liked her outfit. She's friends with Shiori and Chevy. Shiori's my favorite. And I liked the burning reaction. I liked that her entire kit used the burning reaction. That's the only reason that I pulled for Emilie, right? I didn't pull for her for meta reasons or anything like that. If that's what you want to do, have at it. Don't expect everybody to do it though. Now that's going to be it for this video. Cookie has green hair. I have hair that needs to be re-dyed, and I will see you in the next one.